naira stamp.
We've been receiving a series of complaints about sharp practices by those dispensing petroleum products in Rivers State. We've been doing a lot of sensitization. We have also written to a lot of them. We have engaged the leadership of their unions, and we have appealed to them that they must do this business in line with regulatory practices, best practices in Rivers State. What we are seeing is that stations are conducting sharp practices. They are hoarding products, they are under dispensing, and they are doing a lot of unsafe practices. Today, we engage in this practice. We came here and we observed that this station is collecting 50 naira stamp duties, this particular station. We have evidence here, and it is the merchant that is expected to pay, not the customer.
The merchant is expected to pay, not the customer, but he wasn't to look yesterday. We had the Zonal Operational Controller, Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, Port Harcourt Zone, Basi Nkanga, also on that team.
We've already intensified the surveillance activities. We have a surveillance team out there to ensure that nobody sells beyond this range. The directive has been given, and we will work to ensure that nobody sells beyond this range. If you see any station selling above this, the range, if you see any station that is not selling, pump is not dispensing efficiently, feel free to contact the Department of Petroleum Resources. We will respond to that immediately.
All right, so that went down yesterday. But I have with me in the studio the Executive Chairman of Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, River State Chapter, Dr. Joseph Obele. He's also a lecturer, and we'll get to the other things that he does. But he's here as IPMAN Chairman in River State. So yesterday he had something to say about this, but we'll take it from the very top. Good morning, sir. Thank you for your time.
Good morning.
So on Friday morning, there was a document online that the federal government had increased the price of petrol to 212 naira. But before 9 o'clock, we got another document from the government saying, no, we did not increase petrol. But between then and now, the price has refused to return to 165 naira, which was what people were buying at before that announcement on Friday. So what's going on, sir?
Okay, 3PA is a government agency bestowed with the responsibility of regulating prices in the oil and gas downstream sector. And the 3PA is the acronym Petroleum Product Pricing Regulatory Agency. That's PPP, but we abbreviate it by saying 3PA. Yes. So it is their responsibility to regulate price. Before last year, 17th of February 2020, when the Minister of State for Petroleum, our leader, a son of Niger Delta, announced to Nigerians that going forward, there will not be any regulation anymore, there will not be subsidy payment anymore. That implies that the sector has been deregulated. And let's really define the word deregulation. Deregulation means the government removal or reduction of its executive orders. So now we, the stakeholders in the industry, we've been asking what actually happened to this sector. Was it that the government orders was reduced or it was removed? So we observe that government never removed its order, but it reduced it in the way. So if you finance Nigeria 17th of February 2020 that the sector has been deregulated, how dare somebody is talking to us right now that sell at this rate, sell at this rate? It implies that no person will tell you henceforth what to sell or what to buy. That market forces, which is the forces of demand and supply, will stipulate or will determine the buying rate or the selling rate. And that has been happening for some time. And just of recent again, we got a template that we should be selling at 162, 164 per liter. So I'm asking the leadership or the leadership of Nigeria, is something wrong with us? You announced that this sector has been deregulated. That implies I won't talk to them anymore about what they should sell and what they shouldn't sell. So how come not telling us what to say? And you've not come back to us announcing that the sector, we regret our action, that we are reversing our decision, that we've, in this view, we are deregulating further. How do you understand
hold on. So I recall that, it was last year that announcement was made. But after then,
I wish you can get the audio so that Nigerians will listen to that.
We kept getting figures every other month.
That's why I'm saying, what is really wrong?
So when that started happening, what did IPMAN do?
No, we in the industry, we are law-abiding people. So when your authority stipulates a price, sell at this rate, we have no option than to do that.
But like you said, there was a document saying we're taking our hands off.
Yes.
So how do we now come back to control the market?
I say we are surprised seeing what is happening at the moment.
No, you can't say you're surprised because you are the people in between, the people and the government.
Yes.
So the source and the end user. So how did that affect your business?
See, most times we've condemned their approach towards policy. Now, at the moment, Labour and the federal government of Nigeria are into a meeting. I think the meeting has lasted for about 17 days now, trying to agree on the actual price Nigerians should be buying. But I want to ask, IPMAN is not part of this meeting. MoMA, which is major marketers, are not part of this meeting. Petron, which is Association of Retail Outlets, are not part of this meeting. So Labour is not buying, Labour is not selling. So Labour, we misplace priorities here in Nigeria. The actual people that you sit on the round table and we justify to Nigerians that this price need to be increased should be we. But we're not part of the meeting. Now, tomorrow they will just come and fix a price and the public will start shouting, raining, calling names to marketers.
No, but hold on. I thought last year, was it late last year or was it early this year, IPMAN said something about no cause for alarm, products will continue to be sold. We're not part of, I think it was a strike or something.
Yes, I think I was the person that made that.
What was that about?
No, I think it was when the price of this product was to be increased to 170, and we advised our people to sell at 164.
How?
That's when we said there was no cost for alarm as at that moment.
How do you take that decision?
Because at that moment, there was sufficiency. The source of buying was numerous then. But at the moment, we have about 74 private depots in Lagos. We have about 18 private depots in Port Harcourt. We have about 8 private depots at Calabar. We have 5 at Warri and Benin. As we speak right now, none of these private depots is functional. Okay. None of this private depot is selling to us. So now if you go out of stock and you want to replenish or want to reorder, there's no how you can buy. Only the depot functional in the whole Nigeria as we speak is the NNPC depots. And what is the reason? Now, landing cost as at yesterday was 208. As of Friday was 206. When the template of 3PA was released, it was 206. As at yesterday, landing cost to land to import a petroleum product at the shore at the port of Nigeria, as at yesterday was 208. So now you're telling that capitalist, capital entrepreneur to go import at 206 and come sell to you at 126 and will clap for him. Bravo, marketers are good, patriotic Nigeria. No, we are not social entrepreneurs. So what is happening right now is that these importers that own private depots approach the government that landing cost is no longer what it used to be, about 138 before, and they were selling to we marketers at 140 something there, about 148.27, and they mandated us then to sell at 162. Then things were stable, but as you speak right now, the importers are out of business because they can't buy at 206. So the federal government was willing to give them the mandate, go ahead and import and sell to Nigerians as 200 and something there, but Labour said no. So this is where we are right now. So close to 210 importers that will flood Nigeria with PMS are out of business. So it's only PPMC. Now PPMC is NNPC per se. He is buying at 206. The question now is, what is the magic that PPMC is still selling at the initial rate? And that brings us to subsidy payment. Yeah. And recall, budget 2021, there is no provision for subsidy payment. And Senate were asking NNPC last week, how come you're still paying subsidy when there is no
Provision.
appropriation for subsidy? And that's a big question that NNPC management will answer. But to a great extent, they are trying their best to service us. But let me bring this to your notice. Yesterday, under my leadership here in Rivers State, 700 marketers placed order to take these products to their station in System 2A. System 2E comprises 13 states of the Federation. Anambra, Enugu, Ebonyi, Akwa Ibom, and Bayelsa, Cross River.
States, basically.
Yes, all the 13 states close. The idea of the government when Nigeria was about 27 states and we own 3 refineries then, one in Kaduna, one in Warri, was that these 27 states were divided 12-12. Okay. 12 should be feeding from this depot refinery, 12 should be feeding from Warri. So now at 13 states were allocated or allotted our own refinery, and it's called System 2E under my leadership. Okay. I'm in charge of the whole 13 states. So 700 marketers placed requests yesterday in my office, but PPMC they were able to service only 19. Only 19 out of 700 marketers, and the rest 600 plus cannot get it anywhere. So our people, as patriotic as they are, they can go up their way down Lagos to get this product, and once they get it from Lagos, it will arrive here at about 170, and we advise them sell with 5 naira profit margin. If we say only the few marketers that will be able to get from PPMC should be selling, Rivers State will dry off. That will be tough, intense scarcity in Rivers State. So, but we advise if you can get it from anywhere. So now what
does anywhere imply?
You can go all the way to Lagos.
No, but hold on. If you say the landing cost that said yesterday was 206,
208,
208.
Yes.
So how does the 170 come into the picture?
The 170. I'm saying the only depot servicing the whole nation at the moment is PPMC depots.
And how much are they selling?
They are selling 148.77. It hasn't changed. It remains
so
the
if
same.
they're able to go there, then they can sell at 170.
Transport, if you buy within Port Harcourt here, your transportation should be 60,000 naira for the truck. Going to Lagos to buy your transportation is 700,000 naira to bring the product over here. So adding the overhead expenses, variable expenses, and fixed costs together, you should be selling at 175 or 180.
Okay, hold on. So
Yes.
the depots here, they get their supplies from the PPMC?
The only depot selling at the moment is the PPMC depot.
Here?
Yes, in Port Harcourt. So PPMC depot in Lagos is selling. All where the places where PPMC depots are operational at the moment.
But they were only able to serve 19 people yesterday.
In Port Harcourt Rivers, out of 700 requests. Because there's nowhere we can get anywhere. No depot is servicing us at the moment.
Okay, but sometime in February, you predicted fuel scarcity, right?
We saw it coming.
What did you see?
No, it is arising from the fact that the 4 Nigerian refineries are not working. Recall we have 4 refineries in Nigeria. The first premier refinery, 21 years now in the LMA, has not been working. With a production capacity of 50,000 barrels per day, this refinery was first feeding the entire Africa. Before now, 21 years now has not been working. When people say it's APC and PDP, I ask them a question. Within these 21 years, we've seen PDP leadership in power, right? Within these 21 years, we've seen APC leadership in power. So we shouldn't call politicians. We say general leadership failure. So it's as if it's this political party that you hate or is this political party that you love? Because within these 21 years, we've seen both political parties in power. And the Kaduna refinery, 19 years now, I'm giving the years that has not been working. 19 years the Kaduna refinery has not been working. Warri refinery now, 5 years has not been working. Then the biggest and the second refinery in Port Harcourt has not been working for 5 years now. And the total production capacity of these 4 refineries should be put to about 450 production capacity barrels per day. As you speak, ask me how many are they producing. I'll tell you the answer is 0. Absolutely 0. There's no one single liter we are producing in Nigeria, and we're totally relying in importing this product from Amsterdam. The oldest refinery in the whole world was built in the year 1896, about 206 years old today, right now, in Romania. As we speak, the refinery is still running at optimum. And it's a state-owned refinery. It's a state-owned refinery. It's not a private refinery. The first refinery in the whole world is still running. It's 206 years old today, and it's still running, operating at optimum. What is wrong with us Nigerians?
All right.
4 refineries.
Jospeh Obele, Executive Chairman, IPMAN Rivers State Chapter. A commercial has to play now. Afterwards, he will tell us his thoughts on the sealing up of filling stations. If at yesterday the landing cost was 208, on Friday 206, and only 19 people could be served by PPMC in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, or Niger Delta Axis yesterday. What is his thoughts on the Rivers State government sealing up some fuel stations who were selling above 165 naira. Stay tuned. The biggest conversation in River State.
We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
In tune to Port Harcourt's biggest conversation on the Morning Crossfire. My name is Obele. I've got with me here IPMAN Chairman, River State Chapter, Dr. Joseph Obele. He's a lecturer at the Kentariwa Polytechnic, Bori, author of 3 books. He says petroleum marketing is used across Nigeria right now, contemporary entrepreneurship, and don't push her, He's also the facilitator of Youth Business School. And we're talking about petrol pricing and, of course, the setting up of some filling stations. And he says that there's a meeting between Labour and the federal government on this matter of fuel pricing. But there are other matters in between. So yesterday, River State Commissioner for Natural Resources, Energy, Peter Mayday, went around and some fuel stations were sealed up. So he's here and he'll tell us his thoughts on that. Doctor.
Okay. Yesterday, some members reported that officials of Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources and the officials of DPRO are going around sealing stations. So I called the zonal controller of DPRO and I said, what is happening? He said, Obele, I'm starting from your station. And lo and behold, he came to my station and he sealed up my station. And I called him again and said, boss, why did you seal up my station? And he said, your station is selling at the rate of 175. I said, boss, we support you sealing up stations selling above 175. But stations selling 175 and below, please, we should allow them to sell. And he asked me why. So I explained to him and the commissioner this morning before coming to this meeting. We appreciate the job of the Honorable Commissioner and the job of the Controller General of DPRO under their leadership. Some practices like hoarding of product and under dispensing and adulteration of product, I think is a theme of the past. But what is really happening right now is that they never called us for a conference before that action of yesterday. I told you yesterday the request from my office was over 700 trucks and they were able to service only 19 trucks. If we fold our hands, and this 19 trucks, recall, is spread across 13 states. So the share or the ratio of River State was just 4 trucks. Just 4 trucks. Say that these 4 trucks, one going to Bori, one going to Eche, and one going to Borneo, Passe, and one going to Calabar, which will be in the entire Port Harcourt city. So in a mini conference 2 weeks ago, we announced to all our members that in view of this seamless scarcity we have right now, go anywhere you can source for this product, that we are going to liaise with the leadership of the ministry and DPR to say they should allow us sell at 175. And for a month now, we've been selling at 175.
So did that liaison happen? Did that conversation take place between you, the ministry, and DPR?
There is no really understanding of that, but there's like a shifting of eye. I would say there's a shifting of eye in that regards. But what really happened was arising from the memo of 3PA as at Friday, that some persons started selling at 200 and 206. And
but those people, they bought at 148, right?
The what?
The people that started selling by Friday, they bought at 148.
Yes, you're right.
So why does this happen? And you know, many people have this, anger towards, the petroleum marketers, either the independent ones or the major ones. And they say many times when there is the issue of price, shift, they're quick to enforce when it's going up. But when it's coming down, they drag their feet.
Okay, basically we have 2 types of entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs and classical entrepreneurs. The oil marketers are classical entrepreneurs. We are not social entrepreneurs. We are not into charity. We are not into any form of such. And the father of marketing, Philip Kotler, in his submission 1972, in one of his books, his article, what he described as strategic window is that opportunity that comes to any investor once in the blue moon. So there is no sector. Keep our sector aside now. There's no sector that doesn't have once in the blue moon strategic window. And the idea of strategic window is when it's open, you jump through the window. So those that are into foreign exchange, if anything happens to dollar, we just say, okay, I will maintain the old rate. Those into selling of rice also, if rice peak and you have the old stocks. So is enough of just talking about strategic window to that of the oil and gas people. Any sector.
I understand what you said, but when you look at the population of those that have to use these products, that's why we have the sentiments.
No. Let me put this to you. If a slot in your news right now is 40,000 naira per slot, and nationwide they broadcasting says now 80,000, and there are bookings before now the next 1 hour, you reverse to that 80,000. You tell them to pay the differentials. It happens in any sector, and it's called strategic window. Every sector. So and the axis towards the profit line, which is the y-axis, the s-axis, and the loss axis of line when plotting a graph, the joining towards the y-axis, which is loss, is slow. Then the joining towards the s-axis, which is profit, is speedy. when plotting a graph. So any investor, the houses that will make you make profit, the speed you take towards as is enormous, but the journey towards the houses that will make you run into losses is slow.
Okay, so the DPR and the government did that yesterday, and it looks like they're going to continue today. So where does that leave the marketers?
We did not really condemn that action. We are in support of the action.
But right now
we are saying stations selling above 175 should be sealed. And it will interest you to know that before coming here yesterday, we've constituted our own committee and a 7-man committee, and we've donated 2 helibuses to them to go around the whole River State. And I want to give the number of our head of task force to the general public, so that if you see any person selling above 175, please call the head of our task force. We will go down and seal up the station on our own. We have the mandate to do that as a union.
So you're saying that everyone who's selling right
175.
No, hold on. Everyone who's selling right now got the product at 148?
No, I said about 17 persons in 13 states got the product at the actual rate 178. And this 14 persons, total share of River State, it was 4 trucks yesterday.
So you're saying that the 4 trucks would have gone round?
It will not service the entire River State.
So how are they supposed to sell below 175?
So we are now saying, we mandated our members 2 weeks ago in a mini conference that they can go anywhere and get this product to show how patriotic we are to Rivers people. And we are saying these persons that will go off their way to get this product from wherever, they should sell at 175 and nothing more than 175. But those that have the NNPC stock among the 4, they are selling 162. Some stations as we speak are selling 162. These persons got the NNPC stock as at yesterday. Or whenever, they will be selling 162. But those that were able to go as transportation for trucking from Lagos down to Port Harcourt is 700,000, confirmed from any person. So this person shouldn't get and sell to you at 162, which is the official rate. No, this person shouldn't sell at that.
Yeah, but there's this matter of pump. What's that thing called? When you adjust your pump, right? You said
under dispensing,
you said that it's been sorted, but that's not the case, because many times people buy, I think more people buy in jerry cans than cars, because you have to use your generator maybe in the office or at home, and many times when you go with your jerry can, they sell 4 liters, but it's short of some, or if it's 10 liters, it's short of some. So how is that still happening?
No, I told you under my leadership, I think I'm 16 months now in office as the head of IPMAN in River State, and under my leadership, sharp practices of such has ended. I will have a task force on all the media houses I've been attending. I've been announcing this very number to the people, and I'll ask the task force committee. They say weeks to run, they don't get any phone call from the public, but yet they call the radio complaining. And no, can you help them in their complaints? But there's a number they can call. They will now move over there and call it.
I'm not even aware that there's a number, but now that we're here, just share the number.
Okay, 003
Okay.
30 066 219.
Okay, that's
08033
080-330
66 291. 291.
The 91?
Yes.
291.
Yes.
Okay. So if you have any issues of under dispensing or the prices
within the 13 states.
Okay, the price is higher than 175.
Or under dispensing or hoarding or adulteration of product, whatever.
When you say adulteration of product, what really goes on there?
Before now, although in some states, or not really in river states, some persons have there's what they call blending. There are some products of similarities that one can buy and blend, and it cracks cars and it spoils a lot of cars. But I'm not sure any filling station is doing that in river state.
But also we have the matter of co-fire, the local artisanal refineries, and there was a report that was released last year which said that the products are better than what we're bringing into the country, what you're bringing into the country. So does that also mean that some of this, and at times like this, does that also mean that some of these field stations are patronizing local refineries?
Scarcity ushers in desperation. When people are unable to get the original product, they have no option than to fall to whatever is available. So as we speak right now, AGO is very scarce in our nation. People don't even see it.
What's AGO? Diesel?
Yes, diesel is very scarce in our nation. Yes. So only where...
what's the other one?
the other one is DPK.
That's
kerosene is very scarce, and our people resort to getting it from anywhere they've seen it, which is from the creek.
Does the PPMC not bring in this product?
It's scarce at the moment. It's very expensive.
So what
Bringing
you're saying
it
now
in,
is that what we're using around here,
the circulation we have anywhere, distribution is from our boys from the creek, and they're doing a good job. Before now, they were refining with firewood, but now they've imported an electric, a small, like a single room electric this thing. And the analysis we did a few weeks ago proves that it has a better density, it has a better flash point. But before now, their production never had flash point, but now have a flash point because they're using electric this thing. But the issue the security agencies have with this is, what is your source of this crude oil? Because there's no open market where you can walk and buy crude oil. There's no issue about you refining. No person's against you refining. But how did you get your crude oil? A lady walked to me last month in my office, and she said, my child is sick, and a prophet recommended that she should get a small little bottle of crude oil. And I told her, I as the IPMAN chairman, there's nowhere I can go get to a small, if you need a drop just to dip your hand in crude, there's no market where I can go get it. But these boys have it in large volume, and they are refining. So the question still remains, how are you getting the crude oil you're using to refine cotton fire? And that implies that they are breaking pipes, they are vandalizing pipes, or they are stealing it. Because there's no market where you can walk to buy. And no challenge me now that you want to buy 1 liter, there's nowhere I can walk and buy. But as these boys to supply 20 drums, you'll get it within 1 second.
Which means that there's still a lot of environmental degradation being carried out by our people.
So that's the issue. There's no issue about you refining, but how are you getting the crude? They should answer the question.
All right, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0009. Thankfully, Dr. Joseph Obele says he has time to deal with this matter extensively this morning on Nigeria Info. So if you have any questions, any clarifications, let's do it this morning. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0009. Good morning. Please put off the radio. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Mr. Zion. I'm calling you from Port Harcourt.
All right.
Now, the guest in the studio raised up his
Mr. Zion, sorry, call again if you can. Good morning.
Yes, my name is Akanto Boutique. I'm coming from Boro.
My name is not Akanto Boutique. Akanto, stop this thing, get you. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. We've got messages on WhatsApp. Let's see. Ask your guest why it is, or if it's possible to buy out our refineries. Sir Ken, is it possible?
We as stakeholders, what we recommend to the federal government is what we call the LNG model. The shares is between NNPC, Shell, some other. I think Shell has 29.6 shares, NNPC has 49 shares, Total has 15 shares, and ANI has 10.5 shares. That makes up the total of 100 shares. Now take the rest 3 out and tell LNPC alone to manage LNG. LNG will be history after a few months. So we are agitating or submitting that either they should adopt the LNG model where other multinationals will come and partner with NNPC, having the shares together, then it will work. Or another model that can operate is what we call the RON. There's repair, operate, and maintain. You can give it to others to repair. Or another one can be the 3PA, that is public-private partnership agreement. Then another one can be privatization. Just privatize it out. And, we are standing on this with the Indorama model. Indorama used to be one of the subsidiaries of NNPC before now. NNPC has 26 subsidiaries. So the Element Petrochemical used to be one of the subsidiaries of NNPC until Obasanjo visited Indonesia and he saw this man. Indorama is abbreviated from the word Indonesia. It's a state-owned company. And he invited them to come and operate the petrochemical. Less than 7 years, Indorama, out of a facility that NNPC said is good for nothing, they have built a fertilizer plant. Next, they are building a refinery out of a facility. Now, I'm from Element, by God's grace, and I've never seen, when NNPC was operating that plant for 21 years, I didn't see traffic there one day. I didn't see one trailer leaving that facility one day. Go over there now, all the shout is a blessing, really. But if I tell you the serious traffic will have arising from the facility, meaning something is happening there now.
So basically, Nigerians were stealing Nigeria blind.
No, there is this bureaucracy when it's a federal government, this thing, and a national cake syndrome. When if we are operating a facility owned by Nigeria, you understand. So we in our submission, we are saying this facility should be privatized. It should be better than federal government managing this giant facility.
Oh, let's get back to the phone lines. Good morning.
Hello, yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
To your guest.
Could you move
yeah,
away? Could you move away? Could you move away from the interference on your corner?
Yes, please. Okay, there are three things that determine the state of every nation or every organization. The stakeholders knowing what to do, how to do it, and having the willingness to do it. Broadly, you say leadership and followership commitment. The state of our petroleum industry in Nigeria, that is the question asked your guest. It is true that the stakeholders, all involved in it, are having an unholy romance, and everyone is killing and dividing what everyone has an interest. It's a big money industry, and what is the attraction? They have not done the needful. That's why we are where we are. And therefore, doesn't he think that the solution is to liberalize this sector entirely? Let the market forces of supply and demand and capitalism operate it. NMPC should be a regulator to protect the nation, protect our interests, and be as a last resort. So that if one white company wants that they are going, NMPC will cushion the gap so that there won't be stress and tension and crisis in the nation. Because until that, we don't have the best of it. Not simply speaking or elementarily speaking, this is an answer that was given to us by God. The technology to explore, exploit, and refine to the maximum level is available in the country. In other countries, look at Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, but even the boys in the creeks are doing it. Just that, like you said, they're still in crude.
The law of the theory of cause and effect. What we are saying is the effect. There is a bottom, a root cause. They know that this boys they're going to do it as long as the root cause has not been dealt with. If, for example, let's say we have countries like China handling our refinery, USA, Canada, Russia, they are all supplying, they're exploring all the processes of the petroleum industry. They are involved in it. They are involved in it, and they are supplying. They are serving Nigeria. They've told us what this will stop.
All right.
Because imagine that Russia is competing with Shell, with what I call it, with China in supply in this country. If Russia misbehaves, China will turn to China.
Okay.
But NMPC have been over this matter, back and forth. Everybody's interested in this thing. So we will not get it right. So let him answer.
All right.
The joining to the liberalization of the oil and gas sector is the approval of the PIBB. And the stakeholders have been shouting, calling on all our representatives in the Federal House of Assembly to facilitate the approval of the PIBB. Most investors are standing on the fence. Most persons that really want to bring huge amount of money in the sector are just waiting that the PIB should be signed into law. So that is the joining for what he's talking about.
All right. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My concern is on the set of the committee to monitor the hike or the substantial disparity of selling of the product. And I want to ask, because this is Nigeria, we know our ethics, the ethics of our people. When a committee is set up to monitor another committee, I want to ask, is it not a way?
Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. Okay, go on.
Is it not a way to also to empower another set of people? Because, for example, I'm from Bori, that the gates of government is their country. If they are coming to Bori to inspect those filling stations in Bori, because we are buying fuel at the filling station in Bori at 213 naira in Bori. I speak with you now. I bought it yesterday, 213 naira per liter of fuel. For them, if you are coming to Bori and you meet filling station seller or the owner of filling station, is it not a way to settle those boys? So when they leave, they'll begin to study the abstraction.
Okay. So, yeah, how do we deal with that?
The committee moving around at the moment is the operators of DPRO, operators of Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources, and that of IPMAN and NUPENG. They are all moving around and have submitted a number of the committee that concerns IPMAN, and we are saying this is our own pain. It concerns us directly. Just call that number, then you see what we'll do within a few minutes.
So you're going around the state. Are you going to get to Bori, Eche,
We gave them
Ahoda?
losses yesterday.
So they're moving?
Yeah, they're moving.
Okay, good morning. Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
No. I'm happy for this discussion this morning. I just want to ask our guests in the studio, all this oil crisis and fuel crisis in the country that has pushed people into the hardship because of the high cost of fuel to run their generators and other things. I hope the solution that people have been advocating for, is it not for all these problems to end? Is it not to rehabilitate our old refineries and build new ones? This idea of importing the cost to transport from where it is refined to Lagos, all the states of the country. Is it that this nation cannot come together? And now think of Buhari gave us a promise that he would rehabilitate and build a new one. Why should he now lie to us and we are passing through this hell? By increasing this fuel, it will continue to increase. Why should Buhari, our father, lie to us that are his children? That is my question.
All right. Did you get the question?
Yes. The question is about the repair of the 4 Nigerian refineries. I want to put to us that the 8 steps of problem-solving analysis. Number 1 is defining the problem, and number 2 is identifying the root cause. What the last caller mentioned is true. The root cause to all we are facing in Nigeria right now is the collapsed state of the Nigerian 4 refineries. And let me state categorically that so long as we are unable to fix the Nigeria 4 refineries, that will keep seeing this price fluctuation. It will come to a time when Nigerians will buy fuel at 500 naira per liter. Reason because whatever is happening in the international market will affect us. If dollar is rising, if the crude oil is rising, it will affect us in the local market. Right. But if you have these 4 refineries working and we are refining locally, it will not affect us. And the question is, why can't, it's not rocket science for us to refine here. About 35 years ago, the deformed Biafra at Onitsha, they were refining crude oil 37 years ago. So what is happening to us? Is it rocket science? Right. Now, most persons, most watchers in the sector are posited that it could be an orchestrated act to position the ground for monopoly for the giant refinery coming on giant refinery coming few months from now.
Hold that thought. We've got breaking news.
This is breaking news. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
After Nigeria Info, we have news that Dr. Jones Ayuwo of the University of Port Harcourt has been released. That is, Dr. Jones Ayuwo of the University of Port Harcourt has been released. The world news continues. Andrew, if you hear me standing by, do stay tuned.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Hello, good morning. I am Ifeemi Andrew. The vaccine safety experts from the World Health Organization (WHO) are meeting today to review the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine after several European countries halted their rollouts. There have been a number of cases in Europe of blood clot developing after the vaccine was administered. However, experts say the number of incidents matches the rate typically reported within the general population. Portugal will be removed from the red list of countries from where travel to England is banned from Friday. It means returning travelers will be able to quarantine at home rather than in a hotel at the cost of £1,000 £750. But Ethiopia, Oman, Somalia, and Qatar will be added to the travel ban list. Under the current rules, foreign travel from the UK is banned apart from exceptional reasons. The earliest date people from England will be able to travel abroad for a holiday is the 17th of May, when the government hopes to move to step 3 of its lockdown exit plan. Police in Tanzania have arrested 4 people on suspicion of spreading rumors on social media that President John Magufuli is ill. He's not been seen in public for more than 2 weeks. Opposition politicians have said he's in a serious condition after contracting COVID-19 and has been flown abroad for treatment. Government officials have denied this report. However, Tanzania's Vice President Samia Suluhu Hassan said the president was working hard. She called on Tanzanians not to listen to rumors and urged them to remain united. Facebook has agreed to pay Rupert Murdoch's News Corp Australia for journalism from its local mastheads. The deal has been secured just weeks after Australia passed a controversial world-first law aimed at making tech platforms pay for news content. News Corp has not disclosed the value of the 3-year contract in Australia. The deal covers all of News Corp's content in the country, which is a significant amount. News Corp Australia controls about 70% of newspaper circulation in Australia. Finally, 2 men have been charged for using bear spray on a Capitol Police officer who later died after responding to the 6th of January riot. They were charged with 9 counts and face up to 20 years in prison. Investigators used video of the riots to identify the men allegedly caught on camera discussing their assaults. Brian Sicknick was one of the 5 people who died following the riot, but it is not clear if he died from the bear spray, which is like pepper spray. Contact our newsroom at 0818-900-0017. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Good morning.
We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you.
Price of petrol at filling stations in Port Harcourt in River State. Some messages here. Let's just read them. I told Nigerians that military government is the best for Nigeria since sliced bread was invented. Our refineries and other structures that are not working as the result of premature democracy in Nigeria. Clement, but Dr. Obele here said refineries, some of them have not worked for as long as 21 years. We had the military 21 years ago. Yeah.
No, I want to support this, the position of this your caller. And before now, in my research, the reasons why the Nigerian refineries are not working, I attributed one to the proliferation of the multiple private tank funds. During the period of Abacha and IBB, 17 operators or investors approached these two military leaders. Say, please grant us a license to go and build what is called a private tank fund. And the two military leadership call on these 17 investors to join their capital together and build one or two refineries. But the investors were insisting on building what is called a private tank funds. So under IBB and Abacha, the approval to build this, what we have today as private tank fund, wasn't granted by the military regime. Then Obasanjo, first 30 days in office, saw this 17 application on his table and he granted it, that people can invest in. During the military time, they called them, why building a private tank farm where you just be importing refined products from outside the country down to Nigeria? Before then, there were 4 refineries were working. Now, Obasanjo, first 30 days in office, graciously approved that the 17 private depots can be built in Nigeria. As we speak, we have over 230, and it's a big business, and they're all bourgeois, and they're all capitalists. So the Nigerian refinery stopped working
just at the end of the military era.
No, the day these approvals were granted to private, because it cost billions to build a private tank fund. And what was the objective? Import refined product from anywhere and come and sell. So, and most of the information we have, most of them are retired board members of NNPC. Most of them could be big guys in Nigeria. And why would Nigeria refinery works when these persons are in business? Because if the refinery is operating, this person will be out of business. So I attributed the reason why the collapsed states of Nigeria refineries to the proliferation of this private tank business called private tank farm.
Is that what you call depots?
Yes. We have 230 in Nigeria, right? And they're still building more. And refiners are not working, yet they are still building. What's the objective? Just to refine petroleum
products. And you say it runs into billions?
Yes, to build one.
Oh, wow. So I just did the math. We've been in democracy now 22 years. So, yeah, that works. So, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0009. Good morning.
Good morning, Eno.
Yeah, let's hear you.
I hope to see, man. Eno, I think I thought the area where our guest there says building refinery and another thing is stopping for crude oil. I think if Nigeria, our refinery is working, are we going to have a difficulty in stopping for crude oil to refine? I disagree with you to that. Then secondly, I think it's high time.
Hello, Chima, hold on. Can you repeat what you said?
He said that another thing to build refinery, then stopping for crude oil. It is difficult to stop for crude oil, which of course I think with him.
Chima, he didn't say so. Because, okay. I mean, we have crude oil here now, so why would...
Yes, we have crude oil here.
Yeah, so that doesn't come into the conversation.
Yes. Then secondly, secondly, I think it's high time Nigeria takes to the streets to demand of Mr. President's promise campaign, which he said he was going to, there will be a turnaround maintenance of the 4 refineries. And we are, till now, is 6 years counting, we have not seen anything. What does he say? Everything is faulty. Even giving license for people to build a private tank farm, it is wrong. When in a country that has the crude oil and we have refinery, can't we fix the refinery? It's unheard of, honestly, to me.
All right.
And marketers, you people are not helping matters at all. Now, when that memo was put up on that Friday or Thursday, every filling station shut down. This is what the marketers are doing to Nigerians, and it is not good. We are your fellow Nigerians. You understand? We are not happy.
All right.
People were exported the amount of money we are sold that day. Shall we have the response? Thank you.
All right, and I mean the price is yet to go down. 4 refineries not working now should be blamed on government who came to power and promised to make change before now. During PDP government, some were working, but today, what do you say?
No one was working. I said 21 years now, the first Nigeria refinery has not been working. 19 years now, Kaduna refinery has not been working.
But
within this period, both political parties, the one you love, the one you hate, have been in power. So it's a total failure.
So that answers that.
Yes.
It's actually ignorance on the part of the federal government, DPR, and the commissioner. If there had been total deregulation in the sector, we wouldn't be having these issues. Let us take the telecom sector, for instance. It's fully functional without issues because it's a deregulated sector. Patrick from Rumikini says, please ask my guest, his name is Dr. Jospeh Obele, the names of those who bought from NNPC. Are you serious? So that we'll know who are to sell for 162 and those that are to sell over that price, because there's no single station selling below 175 on the East-West Road. Patrick sent that in. I'm not sure that information can be put out right now. Gogo the gentle guy in Onelga asked, the number to call for those who have reports about those under dispensing or doing any kind of shop practice, 080-3300-66291. 080-3300-66291. That's the IPMAN Task Force Committee. And it says they're going around the state to, clamp down on those who are breaking the law. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, let's hear you.
Are you hearing?
Loud and clear.
Oh, my name is Nelson.
All right, go on.
Okay, I wish that what I want to say will be published in national newspapers. I ask question, who is the Minister of Petroleum in this country? If it is an individual, by now the person has been sacked. That is not fortunate. Are you hearing me? Yes. Then, recently, I heard that they want to renovate a theater, National Theater in Lagos, with billions of money. What is it benefiting from Nigerians? What Nigeria benefiting from it? Why our refinery are not working? I ask these questions. It's not about saying it in a radio. It's all about if it should be published. We are the president. We had what we are discussing this morning. Because the country are really going so down every day, and people are just doing nothing about it. When the youth, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
When the youth contest about such issue, and we should look at this and it mandate that from 2 months now, if the refineries are not working, that the president will resign. We need a good government. Not those who have their mindset.
All right, thank you. So someone is asking, so the refineries have not been working for this long. What happened to the workers there?
A particular person in NNPC told me that if refineries are not working for the next 50 years, they lose nothing. And I asked him why. There's what we call crude oil quarterly allocation for local refining. So if they refine this crude oil locally, they'll be selling it in Naira to the byproducts. And they're selling...
Refining where?
If they are refining these products, the allocation of for local refining quarterly, if they are refining, they will be selling it to marketers in Naira. At the moment, they're selling it in dollars, so that anymore. So refinery not working, it causes no pains.
So they're still paying those people?
You don't understand what I'm saying.
I
The
need to understand.
appropriation of crude oil to be refined locally is still giving to them 40% of whatever a shell is getting a daily.
The oil majors are giving them the crude.
Yes.
So what do they do with it?
They're selling it in dollars, and they're any more.
Selling out.
Yes, in dollars. So it pays them more selling it that way than refining. So the next week, it causes them no pain.
We're Nigerian folk. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, morning, sir. Let's hear you.
My name is Godwin. I'm calling from Obele.
All right.
I'm very happy with the information your guest is giving to us. First of all, the idea that because of the tank farms, proliferation of tank farms in Nigeria, the refinery cannot work. That is a very, very big truth, because the people who are concerned with these tank farms are big boys in this country. I wonder what they will do with the tank farms as soon as the refinery start working, because they will no longer import fuel. That's why they have made sure that no refinery works in this country as long as they are alive. Then secondly, he just told us that 40% of the crude, produced in Nigeria is given to NNPC. And why are the people who are refining in the creeks looking for crude when NNPC has 40% to sell, to refine? Why don't they simply open a market where those boys in the creek can go and buy the crude?
But you didn't hear him. Did you hear him? He says they sell in dollars. The boys, are they going to buy in dollars?
I mean, this is about patriotism.
No, we're not patriotic. That's why we're where we are.
Nigerians are not patriotic.
No,
they care about selling and getting dollars when their brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers in Nigeria are suffering. Why don't they open a market for these boys to buy it, so that the idea of asking them where they are sourcing their crude oil will end?
All right, thank you for calling. That I believe would be, factored into the modular refineries they've been talking about, but we haven't seen much progress being made so far. Mike from LMS says, can you ask your guest if our refinery cannot be privatized to enable it function? He's answered that before. He said, okay, he's referencing LMA Petrochemical. Okay, well, he's answered that before. Why we're not refining our crude in Nigeria? Is refining crude in Nigeria more expensive?
The refining crude in Nigeria is not really expensive. If we fix the 4 refineries and they are working, and we get this crude oil pumped to them and they are refining, Nigerians can buy PMS at 18 naira per liter or less than 18 naira per liter. Reason because whatever is happening in the international market will not affect us. We have this crude locally.
So it's just like farming vegetable in your backyard.
So
whether anybody's going crazy in the market,
cost
not
of
your
shipping
business.
and the rest, how would that affect you?
So you just
port
go to your
charges
farm.
and the rest, how would that affect you? Demurrages at the ports and the rest, how would that affect you? As we speak right now, crude oil is selling for about, I think today it was 64 naira per barrel, $64 per barrel for today. Now record that the benchmark for 2021 budget was pegged at $30 per barrel. So now the difference of 64 to 34 is 30 to 64 is 34, and that is called surplus, which is called excess crude account. And what are we doing with that? Multiply that to the volume we produce in Nigeria per day, which is 1.7 million naira per liter, because OPEC member nations, yes, Nigeria is a member of OPEC member nations, and they advise that every person should cut production. So our normal production was 2.4 million barrels per day before now. So now we now do 1.7 million barrels per day. Multiply 1.7 million by 34 is which sum of money. So we are saying is a two-way thing on the graph. On the S-axis, we've gotten a blessing in these guys, which is an increase in crude. Then on the Y-axis is expenses called the increase in the PMS. So we are asking is a little logic. What you never budgeted, you have it in surplus, which is excess crude. But not all the states are in Abuja sharing the excess crude. So if they use the excess crude that we have now, we never planned to have the 34,000 barrels. Because we pegged that all the $34. So all we planned was that with 30 we are good to go. Now you're selling 64, meaning you have surplus of 34. 34. Why not I use that 34 and pay the subsidy, and Nigerians will keep buying the PMS at same
But
rate?
is it not cheaper to have the refineries working?
No. We are talking about the short-term approach to that.
Yeah,
the short-term approach is that the excess crude they have at the moment, the state should stop sharing it and they should use it and pay subsidy. If they use it and pay subsidy, Nigerians can buy PMS at 16 naira per liter.
All right.
So why are they sharing the excess crude?
Okay. Good morning. Please put off the radio. Walk away from the noise. Good morning. Sorry.
Good morning.
Yes, you're on Nigerian Info.
Just corroborated something. Somebody said something I want to corroborate, that some of the NNPC bigwigs are involved in this thing. Now, what has his, let me call it labor union or pressure group as an organization done? Maybe as an individual organization or in synergy with, say, the governors, they have an auspices. The local government chairman have an auspices. The senators of the Niger Delta, in relation to what Dangote is doing, I like it. I'm proud of it as a son of the Nigeria and the soil. But it should challenge any leader with the right thinking mind. Dangote is building one of the refineries that is the best in the world, has ever been built. And yet, a nation of 200 million people, they have all their four refineries are grounded. Again, in your studio, if you look up in Google, the usefulness of petrochemical, virtually everything in your studio is from petrochemical. But what happens is that when they export our crude outside, whatever country that refines it, they take those benefits and give us just one or two products out of the lot. Your guest is an expert, let me tell you. Yeah. So what are they doing? We must stop a deliberate attempt to impoverish the Niger Delta. So that tomorrow, because they always when they use the employees to go on strike and to worry the government. So they are doing this a deliberate attempt, and all our leaders and pressure groups and opinion leaders have not discovered this. So what are they doing so we can stop this mess?
All right. All right.
Now, last year, a contract was signed to build one of the biggest, I think 100,000 production capacity at Castina State. And the pipeline that will be running from Castina from Warri to Castina was paid at 100%. So now I'm asking Niger Delta people, how come they shut down our refinery and they paid 100% to build a new refinery at Castina State, and they are paid 100% cost of this? I'm from Niger Delta. I want to ask our people, when are we going to wake up?
When you say wake up, what exactly do you mean?
I think Niger Deltas are sleeping.
No, hold on. When you mention the NNPC bigwigs and other people, influential people, some of them are from here.
The crude is from here.
No, the people are also from here.
The crude oil is from here, and we have refineries, and ours have been shut down, and are lining up a pipeline from Warri all the way to Castina State, and the refinery is coming up very soon. So how come they shut us, and they're building one over there? I think
they really shut ours. Others are shut.
There's nothing wrong with our refineries. There's nothing wrong with Nigeria for refineries. Yes, there's nothing wrong. It was a phone call that made them put it off. There is nothing technically wrong with the 4 refineries of Nigeria. You can come up today if they want to bring it up.
Okay, that's a new one. Can you ask Dr. Obele if his research on why the refineries are not working was published? If yes, how do we get it online? All right, so tell us.
If the what? If the what? The study?
Yes.
It is in my textbook, Petroleum Marketing, the concept of Nigeria oil and gas sector. It's in my textbook.
It's available on campuses?
Yes. In Uniport, they're using it in Uniport. Dr. Egwe Sonegwe is using it. And then in Kensara Polytechnic, they are using it. Then I think Ajuri University also, they are using it. 3 universities are using the textbook. Yes.
Okay. All right. Good morning. We need to wrap this up. Good morning.
Good morning. I want to have my voice on this discussion. Yes, I think why they share the excess food instead of using it to augment for the pump price of oil is that those who are in power came there for business. Business is their private business, not for any other person. So if they don't share, they will not have gain of office. In Nigeria, we go into politics for personal gains, not to solve people's problems. That's why we are sharing those excess food and are ready to buy 300 naira per liter. If we imagine that only Dangote can build the refinery that will that can function to take care of all this shortage of oil in the country. But 4 refineries are grounded as we speak. That means the problem of Nigeria is not any other thing but the government. If you remove government from Nigeria, everybody will succeed and survive. Our problem will remain government, and we will continue to remain government.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so IPMAN, is it MOMAN, or all the parties involved in this, do you encourage subsidy? Do you benefit from it?
We, as stakeholders, we advocate that subsidy should be removed. But the question is, it should be at the right time, and when is the right time? The DPRO memo last month published that Nigerian daily consumption is 40 million liters per day, PMS, 40 million liters per day. So let's do this analysis. For now, I told you landing cost today is 208, and PPMC is selling at 148. Subtract 148 minus 148 minus 208. Then multiply it by 40 million liters per day. That's why the group general manager, public relation manager of NNPC published yesterday that it will cost NNPC, for us to keep buying fuel as the rate we are buying, it will cost NNPC 102 billion naira every month. So we advocate that subsidies should be removed, but the question is, it should be removed at the right time. When is the right time? The right time should be when the 4 Nigerian refineries have been fixed.
But in the interim, you people are benefiting.
Benefiting from what?
The subsidy.
They don't pay off subsidy. They don't pay off subsidy. They pay subsidy to importers. And federal government is saying, I won't pay you anymore.
So who are these importers?
The importers are the owners of private tank farms. And federal government he's saying, I won't pay you anymore. Import and sell at your rate. But Labour is saying, don't import at that 206 and sell to Nigerians at 206. But PPMC is still importing. So the Labour, the National Assembly have called PPMC, has invited them last week. What is the magic you're doing that you're buying at 206, selling to Nigerians at 148? Does that imply you're still paying subsidy? And they were unable to answer. Okay. Because if you say yes, you're still paying subsidy, there's no provision in this year's budget that you should pay subsidy. So why are you paying
money
subsidy?
Coming from? All right. A few more questions so we can wrap this up. We've spent a lot of time on this. Kelvin says you should explain what you mean by, if the refineries are working, they will refine diesel. As much as we know, Nigerians, 4 refineries, working or not working, cannot refine crude oil, because that part of the fractional distillation apparatus is not there. Oh, wow.
A research by students of Manchester University last year have shown that the byproduct of crude oil is about 6,600 byproduct as of last year. 6,600 byproduct as of last year. But the facility we have in Nigeria, the 4 refineries, can only extract about 8 byproduct, which is called DPK, SROG, LPG, LPFO, and the last one is bitumen. So these are the only 8 byproducts we can only extract from the 4 refineries we have in Nigeria. So the person did not have the accurate information. Well, the Nigeria 4 refineries, if working at optimal, can refine 8 byproducts.
All right. Okay. Pastor Smart is asking, if the refineries have not been working, why are the workers being kept? Well, I'm sure
I think I've answered
that. Okay, so I said there is no right time. The time is now. Let us pay the market price, even if it's 500 naira per liter. But that's one conversation people have been having. But some people have said that the current realities of the Nigerian person makes that almost impossible.
No, before I leave your studio, I want to advise us as marketers. Now, owing to the only 4 trucks we can get for the entire River State, then we sell 162. Going off our way to source from Lagos, and we sell 175 thereabout. Please advise us, and I'll take this advice you give to our Congress.
Say it again.
Owing to or holding on to the 4 trucks we can get for the entire River State, and there will be scarcity, and there will be rush, there will be queue everywhere, and we sell at 162, and we are advising our members source from anywhere and sell at 175, and there won't be queue anywhere. What you advise us? I'll take this advice to our Congress. Please say something about this, please.
Okay, I'm not in a position to do so.
Please,
and he knows
please do.
You're trying to pull my leg, but it won't happen this morning. Thank you very much, Dr. Joseph Obele, IPMAN Chairman, Rivers State. And you say your team are out there. The number to call if you have any issues with buying petrol 080.
It could be 4 issues: under dispensing,
Okay.
holding, and selling above the price that the benchmark will have, which is 175 at the moment.
Okay. So all that, if you have any issues, the number to call 080-33-066-291. 080-330-66291. But from where we are right now, Dr. Joseph, before I let you go, is the price of petrol going to increase further?
Whatever happens to dollar the next 1 hour will happen to the price, will affect the price of PMS the next 1 hour.
All right, so it's going to go up. So
Yes.
brace for it. Brace up for it, Nigerians. That's around.
Until our 4 refineries are fixed. We'll keep saying this.
That's a wrap on the show this morning. Do stay tuned.